but today's live is going to be a little different. I am going to talk about emails. We all receive emails every day. Also, sometimes we send emails, mostly businessmen or corporate company workers. We send emails most of the time. So, do you know that email has a format and there is some rules to be followed while we are sending an email? For example, the email should be concise. Hello, Johnny. Good afternoon. Sorry, good morning. Okay. So, the email should be concise, it should be simple, and it should be easy to understand. So, we are going to learn about the rules or some of the tips to make your email effective. And I will say about some situations or examples when you have to send emails to others. First of all, hello Rajiv. Effective email formatting. Brief overview of the importance of clear communication in emails. Emails is really important in this 20th century because we have to send emails or we have to receive emails in any career oriented or any study oriented things. We receive emails from most of the time, like from Amazon, from Flipkart, whatever we order, from Google Pay, and also if we want to receive an OTP or some verification, we send our email, we submit our email, okay, and they send us a mail in response. So we read many emails every day, but we don't send emails often, but when we do, we have to follow simple rules, and I'm going to talk about that. The first is there should be a clear subject line. If you are typing your email in a computer or a mobile, there is after you type the recipient email, there is a subject line, a column for subject. There you should write a clear and concise subject line in few words. For example, meeting agenda for November 10th discussion. It is an example of a subject line in a corporate company sent to its employees. So, by reading the subject line, we can understand that it is going to talk about the meeting agenda for November 10th discussion. The date is clear, the topic is clear, it is going to be a meeting agenda, it is going to be a discussion, we should be there by November 10th. The subject is clear, the message that we have to convey is clear in this subject line. So, try to write a small and precise subject line when we are writing in email. The point is to summarize the email's purpose briefly. Just like we conclude an essay, but we have to conclude the whole topic of the mail in a single sentence. Okay. The next is a concise opening. Concise means a simple or a precise opening. Polite and purposeful openings. When we send an email to someone, it should be someone that is respectful or our superior, or we have to convey some message, or we have to ask a request or a permission, etc. So, this email should be polite and also purposeful. Start with a friendly greeting and clearly state the email's purpose. Firstly, whenever we are writing a letter or even if we are talking in phone, we use a polite greeting first. Whatever it is, good morning, good afternoon. Even before I was starting this live, I said good morning. Right. So just like that, you can greet. Not like good morning. Here, the example is, Dear team, I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to discuss and say the matter, whatever it is. I am writing to discuss about the meeting agenda on November 10th discussion. Okay. So, here the writer said, Dear team, it is going to be a group of people. So, he said, Dear team, I hope this email finds you well. That is a whole greeting. Okay. Then he is going to write about his purpose. What is the purpose of this email? I am writing this to discuss about something. Then clear your purpose, clear your whatever it is, clearly write it down. Then the next is the body. There should be an organized body content. Whenever we are writing an email, we tend to write it in paragraphs and paragraphs. Right? Whatever it is, we tend to write paragraphs of it. Or sometimes we will, if we have to send a file or we have to share a file with someone important, we will just paste the recipient's name, then attach a file and we will send it. Without a subject line or without a body, we will send it. But if you want it to be an effective communication, or if you want to be in a good grace of whoever you are sending this to, you have to be polite. Hello, Lijin. Good afternoon. So you have to be careful of what you are going to say. There should be a clear subject line about what the attached file is, about what the purpose of the email is. Then you have to greet them first. Before you state your purpose, greet them first, then state your purpose. And after stating your purpose, in the body paragraph, in the body, we have to explain why we are sending this email, or what is the real purpose of the email. Okay. So in the clear subject line, we already saw the subject line is meeting agenda for November 10th discussion. November 10th inde discussion like venda meeting agenda aanu charcha cheyan povunathu. So in that meeting or in that discussion, whatever we want to discuss, it should be organized and said in the body content. For example, key points. Say what the key points is. It is budget updates, project milestones, etc. Bullet points, using some bullet points or using some asterisk sign. Okay. We should use short paragraphs and list for readability. If you are just writing these key points without using these key points, we are writing a paragraph about budget update and another paragraph about project milestones. It is really time consuming to read that email. We are not writing a letter or a report or anything. It is just an email. So clearly state your purpose, and with short points or short paragraphs, we don't even have to use a paragraph. Okay, just in short points, whatever it is, just say that. But a welcome email is totally different. We will come to that later. Okay, this is an email for the companies or for a business communication, etc. So whatever it is, say that concisely, precisely, and using short points in the body paragraph. Okay, the next is professional tone. What is a professional tone in email? If we are writing a letter, we know there is formal, informal, and semi-formal letters. But in email also, is there any informal, like formal, etc.? Of course, there is. It depends on who you are sending to. An email is the virtual form of a letter. So it is important that you use the correct tone for the effective communication. You won't send a casual email to your boss, will you? Even to someone you don't know. If you are sending a CV, if you are sending a resume, or if you are sending a follow-up email to an interview that you attended to a company, you will use some tone that is different from usual, right? That is the professional tone. Maintaining professionalism in your emails. We have to, there is a lot of importance in the respectful tone. Like if you're just saying, hi boss, this is me, I'm not going to come tomorrow. So it is just like a casual talking. No, like, nice to meet you, sir. I am writing this to inform about my leave tomorrow. I won't be coming to office tomorrow due to some illness. I am bedridden and I have a heavy fever. So if you say it like that, it is respectful. The boss is impressed, and you have maybe you are going to be promoted next. I'm just kidding. There is no promotion with a single email. But yes, it is important to use a respectful or a professional tone when you are writing emails. For example, avoiding all caps and excessive punctuation. Whenever you are writing an email, we don't use all capital letters. WHAT, what? If you are writing that in normal font and in a capital font, it is totally different. In a capital font, it is almost like yelling to someone, what? Right? If you are writing it in normal font, it is like, what? Just like that. So avoid all caps. I am not saying to avoid every capital letter words, because it is important to emphasize something that is really important. So you can use double quotes or single quotes to emphasize its importance, but maybe avoid the all caps. Okay. Then also excessive punctuation. I already talked about the importance of punctuation, but it is also important to learn to use the punctuations minimally or to use it cleverly. Like if you are reading a sentence and the sentence itself is a paragraph long with semicolon, with comma, with exclamation, with question mark, and at last there will be full stop. But it is really tiring to read a sentence like that unless it is a literary work or something. It is really tiring to read such a sentence, a whole paragraph sentence with a lot of semicolon, with a lot of comma, with a lot of apostrophe, with a lot of quotes, double quotes, single quotes, etc. It's not at all professional. Also, we have to minimize the use of punctuations, and I'm not saying to not use it at all, but use it cleverly or use it where it is needed. Okay. And the next is formatting. We know when we are writing a letter, formatting is the key. There have been a lot of letter formats over the years. Like sometimes we will write our address, our name, our date, the recipient's address, and the conclusion, and our name, sign, etc. in all on left side. Sometimes we will alternatively pick left and right in letters. But normally we write all this in the left side to maintain a professional look. So just like that, formatting is the key point in email writing also. We have to use bold or italics for emphasis. I told you to avoid the all caps because we can use bold or italics. Not if you are writing in a mobile, but if you are typing in a computer, you can choose bold or italics. Right, Control plus B is bold and the italics Control plus I is italics. Then, for example, please review the attached report for detailed insights. So you cannot see that bold part here because when it is turned into slides, it is a little bit hard to do it in the bold. So attached report. It is the attached report that is emphasized here. So you can write it in bold or italics. Okay. Thus, you can avoid all caps and the excessive punctuations. Like you don't have to use the double quotes or single quotes if you are writing it in bold or italics. Okay. Clarity and simplicity. Whenever you are writing an email, remember that if the subject line is important, the recipient will open the email. And if you want him to read the email fully, you have to write it with clearance. You have to write it with clarity. You have to know what is the purpose of you writing that email. And simplicity, of course. Nobody has time to read a half page of literary work. Nobody has time to analyze that through your complex English usage, complex language, etc. So keep it simple and clear and to the point. Simplify sentences for better understanding. Sometimes we will use like I contact thee for your consideration to if this subject, etc., etc., etc. Like don't use complex words. I am writing this email to inform you about, and you can say that. Okay. So it is better to always choose the symbol when you are communicating with a person who don't have time. If he have to read that all in a single second or in a 2 minutes, it is really important that you focus on the simplicity of your language. Attachments. You have to mention and attach file. Like if you have an attached file there, nobody, like if you are sending it to someone with limited time in their hands, they will not even they won't have the time to scroll down to the end of the email to see if there is an attached report or if there is an attached file. So say in your email that I have the file attached herewith is attached project proposal.pdf. It is a PDF that you have attached. So the attachment project proposal PDF. So it is clear. But if you are saving your proposal or whatever PDF is in your laptop, there will be a default name in the laptop. So it will be coming, but you have to rename it to whatever the file is about. Maybe project proposal, your resume, your CV, maybe something about the documents, maybe something about the attendance register, or something about your company's report, meeting reports, meeting minutes, etc. So whatever it is, name it and tell it what kind of document it is, .pdf or .word or .excel. Okay, just like that. Mention what your attached file is, clearly state its name and state what type of document it is in your email. Okay. For the closing, in a letter, you will write yours faithfully, respectfully, yours. Then you will write your name and your sign, probably sign or a contact information. Okay. So what kind of contact information will you write in an email? You have already provided your email to them by giving them, by sending them an email. They know this email came from you, and you have their, they have your email ID. So for that closing, you have to write a conclusion just like in your sentence for a report writing. And not a report writing, for whatever purpose you wrote that letter, you have to write a closing, right? So to summarize the main points, whatever it is, summarize the conclusion, as a conclusion, summarize the points, and then there should be a call to action. What is a call to action? If you want the recipient to do something about your email, you have to ask them to do it. Not in a informal tone, but in a formal and professional tone. For example, to move forward, please provide feedback by Friday. So it is sent to a team, a group of people, and it is asked that to move forward, to move to the next step, please provide your feedback by Friday. So there is a call to action to provide a feedback by Friday. Understood? So just like that, there should be a closing to whatever email that you have written. There should be a closing and a call to action if it is necessary. Okay. Signature and mobile friendly. So I was saying about things that you are doing in your laptop. You are typing the email in your laptop. You are sending it via laptop. But what if the recipient is using their mobile to read this? What if the recipient don't have a laptop, or maybe their email ID is not in the laptop? You have to think about them also, right? If you are sending a email that is lengthy, paragraph wise, you are sending a whole essay through email, how will they read it? Like, you have already seen the email, it will be written in really small font. It is really small and it is hard to read. And if you have to read it in mobile, if you are sending a whole page, or if you are sending a whole screen, like what to do? 7 or 8 paragraph, or no, never mentioned, like 4 to 5 paragraph or 3 to 4 paragraph. Even it is 3 or 4, it is difficult to read in that small font and in the mobile screen. So you have to remember that whenever you are writing an email, it should be mobile friendly. It should be for all the people who are using mobile, who are going to read the email in mobile. So end with the professional closing. Ensure mobile readability. For example, best regards. Best regards, most of the time we see best regards. Okay, best regards, your name and your contact information. I'm going to come to the contact information, but after say about this mobile friendly. Mobile friendly means when you are writing an email, if you are reading that through your laptop, it is easy because you have a big screen and sometimes the font is bigger. So you can read it easily, and also even if the paragraphs are lengthy, it is easy for you to read by scrolling. But what about mobile? You have to scroll a lot and you have to read by placing the mobile close to your face. It is really hard. So that's why I said the matter of the email should be precise, it should be concise, it should not be lengthy. And also ensuring mobile readability means you have to write in organized paragraphs. I already told you there is no need for writing paragraphs and paragraphs in an email. So you can just use small lines, small points, bullet points, or even the title, a sentence, subtitle, and whatever it is, and two or three lines of explanation, etc. Okay. Then in the closing, the signature. If it is a letter, you can sign it. If it is a request or if it is a form, you can sign it along with your name. But what about email? What is your signature? They already have your email ID the moment you send this email. So what other contact information can you write there? For example, if you are writing a email to your superior or to a colleague, you can provide your mobile number, or maybe you can provide, there is no need to provide your address. Okay, you can provide your mobile number and that is it. But if you are writing an email to a company that you want a job in, that you want a position in, you have to provide your address and your mobile number, because if they want to contact you through mail, post, okay, through post, they can send you a form, or if they want to send an offer letter through post, they have your address in the email. Okay. Also, if they want to contact you through phone, there is the phone number. So you can always provide one or two mobile phone numbers. For example, if they can't contact you through one, you can provide another. Understood? So that is the contact information. So it depends on the type of email or the type of recipient that you are sending this email to. If it is a friend, you don't need to provide a contact information. You just have to type your name and that's it. If it is your superior or a work colleague, you can provide your mobile number, because if they want to contact you other than email, they can always use your phone number. And if it is a company that you want a position in, put your address, your street number, your PIN code, etc. And if it is an international company, provide your country also. Okay. And always try to provide the mobile number with the code that is for our country. For example, in India it is +91. Just like that, provide your contact information according to the type of email and the type of recipient you are sending this email to. So we can see a good email example and a not so good email example. We will see the not so good email example first, or a bad email example, then go to the good one. Not so good email example. So see here, it is a subject, urgent, need feedback ASAP. It is concise. It is it clear? Right? Yeah, it is urgent. When we see that, we can see like, oh my god, it is urgent. It's a subject that is urgent. Need feedback ASAP. ASAP, we all know it is as soon as possible. So the recipient will understand that this email is about something urgent and they need feedback on something. Okay, but we are not sure on what feedback. Okay, but it is urgent when we will open the email. Hey, the greeting is hey. So the project is going fine, I guess. Budget is okay, and we are kind of on schedule. Check the files attached. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Not even the full form like THX. Your initials. Initials means our names. Amalendu K or Amalendu just. Okay. So here, whatever it is, we know that it is an email. The subject is somewhat okay, and the content, it is saying something about budget and our schedule, and there is a file attached. He wants to know what we think. He is saying thanks. Okay, fine. But it is not a good email. It is not a good example at all. First of all, there is urgent, need feedback ASAP. It is all in caps. I already told you not to use capital letters at all when you are writing an email. And also there is 3 exclamation mark, 3 plus 3, 6 exclamation marks. What is this exclamation mark doing in the subject line? We shouldn't use punctuations like this unless it is a chat. Unless it is a Instagram, for WhatsApp or a Telegram chat, do not use this kind of font or this kind of typing. Okay. Also, this is an email that you are going to send to your employees. So, it is important that you use a professional tone. You are sitting in a place, you are sitting in a position, and they need to know that it is important, but you don't have to be so childish, so immature. Okay. And then coming to the body, hey, the greeting is a simple hey. They are working for you, they are working their ass off for you. So you are just saying hey, an informal greeting. No, you should formally greet them. Even through email, you should formally greet them. So the project is going fine, I guess. Budget is okay, we are kind of on schedule. Check the files attached. Let me know what you think. This is not a chat, right? This is not a personal chat. This is not an informal chat. Whatever it is all gone wrong. It is really wrong, whatever it is. Then, thanks. Not even the full form. So, in the closing, you have to write a good greeting. Just like you open, you have to end with a good greeting. Just your initials? No, you have to write the contact information. So you saw what all are wrong in this. It lacks clarity, it lacks a purpose, and also it is not a professional tone. The subject is vague. We don't know what they want to know. Like they need a feedback, but on what? So the subject is not clear, and the email lacks detail and structure. I told you it needs to be detail oriented, but also it needs a structure. So we can go to the good email example. Subject, follow up on project status meeting. So we understand it is about project status meeting. It is about a follow up. Okay, great. Dear team, I hope this email finds you well. Following our recent project status meeting, I wanted to provide a brief update on our progress. Great, that's really nice. Dear team, oh, really happy to read that. Dear team, I hope this email finds you well. Thank you, sir. I am well. Following our recent project status meeting, I wanted to provide a brief update on our progress. Okay, it is about the project status meeting and it is an update. Key points. Okay, what are the key points? Budget, action items. Okay. Then we are on track with the allocated budget. Great. Oh, there is also a milestone. The development phase is ahead of schedule. Great. The development phase is always ahead of schedule and that's a good thing. And the action items. What is the action items? Like we should do some action on that. Review the attached Gantt chart for Gantt chart for detailed timelines. Please share any concerns or feedback by Friday. Thank you for your dedication to the project success. Let's keep up the momentum. Best regards, your name, your position and your contact information. Well, there is a good email. First of all, the subject line is clear. It is concise and precise. It is about the project meeting. It is about a follow-up. He is greeting the whole team. I hope this email finds you well. Reading that itself makes us positive. Following our recent project status meeting, I wanted to provide a brief update on our progress. Okay, that's about an update on our progress. So they will be encouraged to read it. Key points is budget, milestones and action items. So he is providing an update on their budget and their milestones and the action items that they have to act upon. So they have to review the attached chart for their timelines. Then they have to share any concerns or feedback by Friday. So they know there is a time limit and they have to share any concerns by Friday. And then he is thanking them for their dedication to the project success. He's saying, let's keep up the momentum. He's also providing his name, his position and contact information. So that is the difference between a good email and a bad email. Hope you all understood. So we will come back with another one in the next live. So thank you all for being here. So see you in the next live. Thank you.